That's fine, I'll go it alone. Just like Meghan Markle and Prince Harry.
See, I didn't know who H was. At the time, I just loved his Insta feed.
Babe, time to do our daily $250,000 sponsored Instagram post for Del Taco.
I feel like the focus is starting to shift off of me. Maybe in editing you'll fix it.
What the fuck is going on with Harry?
Your millions from Netflix for no one knows what.
Put it with the rest of them.
He's right. Trying to make ourselves into a brand just turned us into products. We don't need to be a brand, do we?
So I'm curious, what do you guys think about Brexit?
You think we care?
I didn't know I had to curtsy. To me, we were just meeting his super old, kind of weird Mima, who always wore this diamond-encrusted hat.
Popular animated series South Park could face legal action following last week's episode attacking a royal couple. Prince Harry and wife Meghan's lawyers are closely watching the show after the pair were targeted by the satirical cartoon in an episode called Worldwide Privacy.
Prince Harry threatens to sue South Park over a brutal new parody, and the royal drama just leapt from palace gossip to cartoon courtroom thriller in a single heartbeat. The moment whispers of an episode nicknamed the Worldwide Pregnancy Tour leaked online, talk of legal teams, gag orders, and reputations on the ropes exploded across the internet, leaving fans and critics bracing for a collision that could change how the Sussexes are seen forever. For anyone who thought the Sussex privacy saga had cooled, the memory of last year's Worldwide Privacy Tour is still fresh. That 22-minute roast reduced lofty royal branding to a carnival float, complete with banging drums and cardboard crowns. Overnight, clips of animated Harry and Meghan chanting, "We want our privacy," while waving banners became viral shorthand for public fatigue.
True, sir, that your questionable wife has her own TV show and hangs out with celebrities and does fashion magazines? What are you suggesting? Well, I just think some people might say that your Instagram-loving wife actually doesn't want her privacy. How dare you, sir! My Instagram-loving wife has always wanted her privacy! And you know what else? To hell with Canada! We are leaving! We want privacy! We want privacy! We want privacy!
Prince Harry and wife Meghan Markle, they've just learned the hardest of lessons, which is, if you start a brawl, do not be surprised if you end up getting punched twice as hard. In fact, South Park has just knocked them out. Harry last year wrote a book called Spare, which smashed his brother, his father, his mother-in-law, his sister-in-law, the media, and many, many others in one giant whinge.
Viewers laughed, tabloids howled, and Buckingham's comms office reportedly issued more statements in 48 hours than during an average state visit. Now, the stakes are higher, because if rumors are accurate, South Park has shifted its sights from privacy to pregnancy. Leaked fragments hint at a globe-trotting baby bump spectacle. Late-night interviews, live-stream ultrasound reveals, even a pay-per-view womb cam. Satire? Yes, but sharp enough to draw blood. Fan forums claim animators have already sketched a ginger prince wobbling through a dance routine beside a bejeweled wife whose every spin sends paparazzi flashes ricocheting. Nothing has aired, yet outrage is already trending. That pushback, according to multiple entertainment reporters, arrived before the first frame left the studio. Rumors suggest Harry's advisors flagged the unborn child angle as crossing a moral line, especially given Meghan's past comments about miscarriage and mental health. Word spread that top London barristers were quietly reviewing South Park's historic episodes, charting any precedent for defamation or emotional distress. Their challenge? Satire is notoriously hard to sue, and Parker and Stone have turned every cease and desist they've received into fresh punchlines. Yet Harry believes this time is different, friends say. In his view, parodying an adult is one thing. Lampooning a baby still in utero feels cruel. Loyalists argue it cheapens genuine trauma and stigmatizes pregnancy loss. Critics counter that the couple monetized every milestone from wedding to memoir, so maybe caricature is fair game. Meanwhile, South Park's writers remain silent. Their non-response fanning speculation that the finished episode is even edgier than leaks suggest. Public reaction proves how deep the divide runs. On Reddit, a trending meme shows an animated carriage labeled PR disaster, barreling downhill while Harry scrambles to grab the reins. Twitter threads cheer the idea that satire is finally puncturing what one user called the Sussex victim brand balloon. Conversely, supporters label the rumored plot vile, with journalists noting Meghan's historic struggle against online abuse. The louder the argument grows, the more eyes swivel toward Comedy Central's schedule, waiting for an air date that could drop without warning. Timing is a brutal co-conspirator here. The Sussexes' media empire already looks shaky. Their Spotify deal collapsed after executives complained the duo didn't deliver content. Netflix viewership for subsequent projects slid, book sales, while initially massive, plateaued. PR consultants whispered about a brand in free fall. Into that vacuum drops the possibility of global ridicule, framing them as fame-hungry parents-to-be. Every crisis manager knows perception is compound interest. One bad headline multiplies across platforms, eroding goodwill faster than it can be rebuilt. Legal scholars doubt a courtroom victory is likely, but that may be irrelevant. Even filing suit could be catastrophic. South Park's creators relish counterpunches. Any hint of censorship invites encore sketches, merchandise, and an avalanche of commentary. Think of the Trapped in the Closet fiasco. The Church of Scientology's fury only boosted rerun ratings. If Harry marches into that minefield, he risks turning a niche comedy special into a months-long spectacle tying his public image to fragility rather than resilience. Behind Palace gates, well, Montecito's gates, advisors reportedly urge restraint. They know the Streisand effect, fight the joke, and the joke wins. But silence carries its own price. Absorbing a parody about profiting off pregnancy could harden existing skepticism toward the couple's philanthropic claims. Donors might hesitate, streaming partners might balk at fresh projects. The Sussexes, once architects of their narrative, may find the story slipping from their hands. Oddly, South Park's history offers a roadmap for survival. Laugh along. When George Clooney voiced a dog in the show's infancy, he gamely shared the clip. When Elon Musk appeared, he tweeted jokes back. Those who lean in often disarm the satire. Could Harry do the same? A spontaneous cameo, a tongue-in-cheek tweet, or even a charitable pledge tied to the episode's air date might flip the script. Yet pride and concern for family privacy could keep that door firmly shut. While legal drums beat, one crucial voice remains unheard: Meghan's. In past interviews, she described South Park's portrayal as not something I watched. Insiders insist she's torn, furious at the intrusion, yet wary of igniting fresh fire. Her support network remembers the harsh glare after the Oprah sit-down and fears another public emotional toll. If she urges litigation, critics will paint her as thin-skinned. If she stays silent, detractors claim she approves exploiting motherhood for brand salvage. Meanwhile, Parker and Stone fine-tune storyboards. Every real-world headline becomes potential dialogue. If a cease and desist letter lands, expect it to appear in animated form the very next week, stamped special delivery from Montecito. That's South Park's trademark, a funhouse mirror reflecting outraged faces in real time. The creators thrive on immediacy. Delays only sharpen their pencils. Across the Atlantic, British tabloids prepare two front pages, one blasting cartoon cruelty, the other mocking whiny royals. Either sells copies, stateside, late-night hosts ready monologues. The looming premiere is less an episode and more an event, a cultural referendum on satiric freedom versus personal boundaries. And hovering over it all is that rumored lawsuit, the ultimate ratings magnet. The question, then, isn't whether South Park has gone too far. It's whether Harry can afford to play referee in a game designed to mock the refs, even a diplomatic statement. We respect creative freedom, but believe unborn children should be off limits. We'll invite scrutiny of every Sussex deal, every paid appearance, every podcast anecdote involving Archie or Lilibet. Consistency becomes a tightrope. Critics note the Duchess once guest-edited Vogue and spoke of female empowerment, yet here she might attempt to silence two satirists. Supporters counter that empowerment includes defending maternal dignity. Both narratives clash online like storm fronts, generating lightning bolts of opinion pieces. Behind the noise lies a deeper tension. What is privacy worth once forfeited? Harry traded silence for story when he penned Spare, opening wounds about frostbitten body parts and royal dogfights. That vulnerability sold millions of copies, but also invited parody. South Park simply repackages what the prince disclosed voluntarily, albeit through crude jokes. The paradox bites, transparency breeds intrusion. As premiere night nears, two scenarios crystallize. In the first, Harry sues or threatens, South Park doubles down, and the media carnival devours summer headlines. In the second, he issues a wry, gently self-deprecating remark. Viewers chuckle, and the episode drifts into the show's vast library, overshadowed by next week's outrage. One path scorches reputations, the other requires swallowing pride. Ultimately, this clash is bigger than animation. It's about narrative ownership in an age where memes travel faster than press releases. The Sussexes perfected curated vulnerability, selling glimpses of palace pain for empathy and profit. South Park's parody fractures that image, reminding audiences that once a story is public, anyone can remix it. No brand guidelines apply. Observers Inside Media Law circles note that even drafting a complaint requires detailing the alleged harm, and that narrative itself becomes public record, effectively printing the satire in legalese for every journalist to quote. Court filings could immortalize jokes Harry hopes to erase, ensuring their permanence in digital archives forever online. One truth feels certain: the louder the legal threats, the bigger the audience when the episode finally streams. And if South Park's history repeats, the final frame might zoom out to reveal a global crowd tracking headlines on their phones, chuckling at their own complicity, while an animated prince wonders how things spiraled so fast. In that moment, cartoon and reality merge, and the question that opened this saga echoes again. Can you ever truly control your story once the world starts telling it for you?